Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, high school, and graduate. Today is going to be a week of daily plans. Now, typically I have a weekly plan with me, and actually that is what I had planned to do for today's video. However, we just got back from Massachusetts last night, and when I got up this morning, well, first of all, I got up super early. I thought I would sleep in, but my husband had his men's group this morning, and that woke me up when he left at like, I don't know, 5:45 or something. So I just got up, and I've already made a mistake here. Anyways, I thought I would do a plan with me, a weekly plan with me, and then also do the daily plan with me, but I realize it just doesn't make sense for me to do a weekly plan with me Tuesday through Friday. So here we are. But I still need to do my brain dump for the week, so that's what I'm going to do first. Okay guys, I'm really not sure what today is going to look like because I have a ton of laundry to do. Actually, I don't have too much laundry to do because I was able to do some at the Airbnb before we left, but we still have to unpack everything, and I kind of have to go through the fridge and see what food I have and freezer. We had gotten rid of pretty much everything before we left last week, but I think we have a few things to make meals, I hope, because I didn't really want to run out to the grocery store this morning. I kind of just want to get things settled and put away. And then I do have a lot of stuff that I have to do today for work because I only have videos up through today. Tomorrow I have to get my October goals video up, and then Friday I have my Sterling ink unboxing because that order came when I was gone. So it's going to be kind of a busy day, and so I have to also do editing of all of this content. It would have been better if I had planned a little bit more ahead, but I just couldn't for our trip. So the house is actually pretty clean because my mom tidies when we're gone, and she like keeps up with the vacuuming and stuff with the dogs, and the house itself was pretty much cleaned before we left, so that is good. My office, however, is not super neat, so I should probably work on that today. Before we left, we were going through some memory bins of the kids, and they're deciding what they want to keep and what they want to toss now, which I think is helpful. I mean, I have some things that I just want to keep from them as well, but I wanted to really give them the option of what we're storing here so that later on they don't have to go through it. It's probably a little bit challenging to do that now at their ages. You know, they may get rid of stuff that they want in the future, but I don't think so. I'm still working on decluttering stuff, primarily in our basement, like homeschool stuff and some of the memory stuff. I want to read this book that I got before we went on vacation. I just haven't had a chance to start it yet. I don't think I've read that one before. I did read his other book, of which I can't remember the title at the moment, but anyways. So I think dailies, office tidy, laundry. I already checked in with Patreon this morning, although it was very late when I checked in. I ended up working on email this morning. One of my goals for the last quarter of this year is a digital declutter, and part of my projects for September was to work on email inbox organization. And I wrote, when I originally set out my goals for September, just email inbox organization, and later I wrote progress, and I have made progress. But then this morning I started going through some of my work emails, and I actually did a ton of email organization, which was really good. I spent about an hour and a half doing that, and the time just got away from me, but I was getting so many emails either deleted or filed away so I don't see them in my inbox. I really wanted to go through and start deleting stuff and getting rid of things. I have so many emails from when I started Townsend House back in 2010, 2011. So like right through 2018, do I still need all of that information? No, not really. Anyways, I spent a lot of time this morning doing that, which was really nice, but also I guess I didn't have anything else I could do at that point because all the kids are still sleeping. So today is my monthly reset, which is later than normal. It technically should have been last week, but we were gone. So I need to focus on that. Personal, it actually kind of works out that it's the last day of the month because then I can actually set up my commonplace spreads, I guess, in my common planner for October. I've not quite figured out how I want to deal with that because I really do go by 4-week chunks of time for my goals and my planning and stuff. But for the common placing, I'm organizing things by calendar month. So even though my September goals go through the end of this week and I start my October goals on the 6th, in my common planner, any notes that I've taken end on September 30th. And then tomorrow, October 1st, will be when I start taking any new notes for October. I just have these little tabs that I put on, so it's a little bit easier for me to figure out where the things are for a particular month. Anyways, so I need to work on that. I need to do my book journal, and I'm considering moving my book journal into my common planner for 2026. I'm still unsure, and I did actually purchase an Archer and Olive notebook. I've never purchased anything from Archer and Olive before, but they had this notebook release, or maybe it's a fall collection. I'm unsure what it was, but there was a specific book journal. I didn't get that. I just got a regular notebook, and I think it's a dot grid notebook, and the cover is so pretty. I will put up a picture if I can find one. I'm not an affiliate of theirs or anything like that, but I really wanted to have that. I thought that would be really nice for keeping track of my books for 2026 and beyond. We will see. I'm kind of unsure. I've been using a Lightstrom notebook, a Lightstrom B5 for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now for my book journal. Lots of 2026 planning content coming up in the next few months. I also need to do my goals, and I need to film goals, doing my monthly reset today, my monthly reset vlog, which will probably be up next week, Sterling Ink unboxing, and then I want to do some homeschool plans. I need to go to the library at some point. I probably should put in a grocery order. I don't know if I'm going to go and get groceries or if I will just order groceries to be picked up, and then just a general tidy and unpack from the trip. I think that's probably all that I can get done today. I also, I don't know when I'm gonna do this stuff, guys. I need to edit my goals for tomorrow, and then it would be great if I could also get through my Sterling Ink unboxing to edit that. My handwriting is atrocious this morning. Okay, so I was up at 5:30. I think I already mentioned that my husband, I didn't realize he was going to he has a Bible study on Tuesday mornings, and I didn't realize he was going this morning, and so I had shut my alarm off. I knew he had to work today, but I didn't think he was going to be getting up because they meet at like 5:30, 5:45, and so I woke up when he left. So there was that, and then I did work tasks and email declutter, which is technically a goal, but I'm keeping it with my work color because it was work email, it wasn't personal emails, which that's a whole other thing. I don't know how to deal with all of the emails that I've gotten from personal stuff over the years. There's so many. It's 8:15 now, so I'm going to put planning and get ready, and then breakfast, and then at 9 I would really prefer, I do already have laundry going, so that's good. I think I would like to do my October goals and the unboxing this morning. How long is that going to take me? I am a chatty person, so I'm going to put until 11, and then I am going to do home management stuff here. We'll do lunch here, and then I'm going to work on my monthly reset this afternoon. I think that's what I'm going to do until 4, and then food prep and dinner prep. Ideally, on a monthly reset day, I would have some sort of crock pot meal or some leftovers so that I don't have to focus on that on my actual monthly reset. But obviously we just got back last night. My mom was so nice to get us a couple of pizzas, and so we had that and salad for dinner, so I didn't have to worry about dinner last night. But now I need to figure out what I'm going to do today. I'm unsure. I might do like a tuna noodle casserole. I think I probably have stuff for that. That would probably be the easiest thing. Okay, see, I don't even have homeschool in the list. I don't think we're going to be doing any homeschool today, to be honest. Lucy had a sore throat last night and just generally did not feel well. We have been so busy over the past week with traveling and doing all the things down in Boston and homecoming for Matt's 20th reunion and seeing friends and family and just all kinds of stuff. It's been lovely, but it has been busy. It's funny, like I could say, oh, we went on vacation because we were not here, but it really wasn't vacation. It was much more of a trip. Part of it was Emma visiting college. Part of it was visiting friends and family. Part of it was doing the touristy things down in Boston that we never ever do with the kids. I don't even think Matt has done some of this stuff, so that's okay. We had a good time, but everybody is tired, and Jack was sick before we left. He's still not at 100% either, so anyways, okay. Here's my plan for today. I will check in a couple of seconds and let you know how things go, and I most likely will come back and add things to my to-do list for this week. I know that when I got up this morning, I was thinking, oh, I have so many things, and then I got distracted with my email declutter, which isn't really a distraction. It's a good project to have, but I didn't brain dump then when I probably should have, so I'm sure there will be other things that I need to list. This is where we're at for right now. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I did not come in yesterday afternoon, excuse me, my voice is not great this morning, to plan out today or check in. Yesterday was a good day. Did I get things done? Yes, I did. Did I get the things done that I needed to? Nope. No, I didn't. But let's go back to yesterday first. Things that I did. Well, I didn't do my dailies. I didn't do my office tidy. I did a whole lot of laundry. My monthly reset, nope, did not do it. I did my goals. I do have my goals done for October, which there's still a lot of things on this list, but part of the issue is that a lot of these things were actually from September, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and we're just going to keep moving forward. I did the library, I did the grocery order, I did this, I did food prep, I did tidy and unpack from the trip, although I'm not completely finished with that. I did do my filming. I filmed monthly reset vlog stuff of me chatting about how I wasn't doing my monthly reset. I did film my Sterling ink unboxing, and I edited these videos. So I did get a lot of stuff done, but my monthly reset was not it. And what ended up happening was I ended up pushing things back. I did get ready and ate breakfast, and then I went to the library to grab my book, and I was doing laundry and tidying and everything. And so I didn't finish all of that stuff until 11. And then I started filming my content and realized that I had a call at 1 o'clock that I didn't even put down, because even though yesterday was Tuesday, I was thinking it was Monday. And so I had my call until 2, and then I had to finish doing some video content. So I had to stop like right in the middle of a video to jump on that call. So I finished that, and then it was 3 o'clock, and I realized my brain was fried and I was not going to be able to do my monthly reset stuff. So that is going to continue into today, and that's just where we're at. It's very bizarre. I can't believe it's October 1st already. This year has really flown by. It has been such a fast year, and last year was as well. So I don't know. We have dailies, floors, vacuum. I really need to do this today because I didn't do it yesterday. Although the reason that I didn't have to do it yesterday was because Monday night my mom had cleaned everything up, so it was relatively clean yesterday. Surfaces, I still have all of the snacks out from our trip on one of the tables in the kitchen, so I need to work on that. And my office desk. My office desk is actually pretty tidy, so I probably could have said that that was done because it is essentially clean, but my office itself is not super tidy. I need to go through that. And then I do need to do my monthly reset stuff today, and we have to do homeschool. But I really have to get my personal calendar, my family calendar, and my commonplace notebook, which is the common planner from Sterling Ink, set up. I am considering setting up some pages in the new B5, the 2026, for brainstorming for goals. I know that sounds crazy, and I don't really have anything right now, but I think that what I'm going to do is keep everything in the B5 planner next year for my extra notebooks, my goals notebook, my book journal, that kind of stuff. And so because of that, I want to block off maybe like just a 2-page spread for writing down ideas or doing like a web chart or something where I write the different areas of my life and then I draw lines to other circles of information. I don't know. I'm really unsure. And usually I do already have a goals notebook for the next year where I'm just writing down ideas, because I tend to buy those usually in August, September, just so that I have them on hand, or I will have already had a Lightstream notebook that I just grab and I can just make a bulleted list when I have ideas just to get it out of my head. But with trying to keep all of my notebooks in one planner next year, I think I just need to set up a couple of pages for that. We'll see. So I need to do my monthly reset. Let's see, what else did I not do yesterday? I want to finish unpacking, and then I do have some more laundry that needs to just be sorted and put away. I also need to do homeschool with Lucy today, and Jack needs to do some as well. Today is the first day of my 31 Days of Slow Living series over in my membership community. And every day I'm just writing a little short post about a particular topic within slow living, and as well as giving maybe a couple of questions or a mini challenge for my members to do. I'm really excited about this. It kind of stems from my whole summer season of rest and thinking about how I want my life structured going into the future, going into 2026, kind of stepping back from that busyness. Even though I am not super busy, I am still super busy. I know that it sounds weird. There are definitely seasons throughout the year that are busier than others, and I try to mitigate that in advance. And this year in particular was really crazy with all kinds of things happening at the beginning of the year, and so I kind of just I almost hit burnout during the summer, which is why I'm so happy that I did take that season of rest. But what I realized during that season is that I need to have more restful rhythms throughout my entire year so that I don't get to that point. And that's really challenging with all of the plates that I have in the air, as it is for all moms, I'm sure. Evaluating what is most important in my day-to-day is something that I need to think about a lot more. I have been doing very similar things for so long at this point. I have so many habits instilled in my daily rhythm that it's hard to break out of those things. They are all good, useful things. However, how I do some of them, I think needs to be tweaked. And I've talked a lot about this over the past several months, especially while I was going through and doing my summer Plan With Me series, where I was trying all kinds of different planners and just trying to think about things a little bit differently, just because I'm entering a new stage of life and such. So that's where I'm at. And I don't want to always be thinking about things. I do a good amount of contemplating and thinking about things, but I want to make sure that I have some real actionable steps. Figuring out how to break out of some of these habits that I actually find value in, but just need to be adjusted a little bit, is a little bit more challenging to me, because I'm still going to have my morning routine every day, but how I do my morning routine needs to be a little bit different. And because I've been doing the same thing since probably 2014, 2013, I think, maybe it was even 2012, it needs to shift a little bit, but I'm not entirely sure how to make it an easier adjustment. Anyways, I know that probably doesn't make any sense to you whatsoever, but that's where I'm at. This morning, why was I up at 4:30? Guys, I've shut off my alarm yesterday, and my husband woke me up when he went to his Bible study in the morning. Today, nobody woke me up. I could have continued to sleep, but I did wake up at 4:30, and then I said, no, I'm going to go back to sleep. And so I laid in bed for 15 minutes and said, nope, I am getting up because I'm not falling back asleep. So I was up super early. I have been working on some editing this morning, as well as my morning routine. It's almost 8 o'clock now. I'm going to do breakfast and get ready for the day after I'm done with this planning, and then I'm hoping to start homeschool at 9. Emma does not homeschool now, but she has some other projects that she's working on, mainly applying for scholarships for college, as well as starting revisions on her book. And she was not feeling well last night. She's totally congested, and Jack is feeling better. Lucy had a really sore throat, and I don't feel 100%. So We'll see how far we get with the homeschool today, but I have got to get some stuff done with Lucy, and then hopefully I can get to my monthly reset. I keep saying hopefully, like I'm planning to do this stuff, but at the same time, I really do feel like I need more time to settle back in from our trip. And we have plans this weekend. Oh, you know what I'm supposed to start doing today, which is probably why I woke up at 4:30. I need to start filling out the FAFSA, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm nervous about that, but I am for some reason. I think it's mainly just because it's something new that I've never done before, and I want to make sure that I get everything done correctly, but I think I need Emma's help with some of it. I think she has to sign up for an account and like add me as a, I don't know what it's called. I honestly don't know what it's called. I have no time in here for home management. Oh goodness, guys. I think that I'm going to do home management right in the middle of my monthly reset, and I'm gonna have the kids do their laundry. That will be a good time to do that because hopefully we'll be done with homeschool by that point. All right, guys. Oh, I also need to edit. Oh my gosh. I have like 3 vlogs to edit, and I can start editing my daily planning. I don't know, I'm not going to be able to do this today probably, film a pen test in the new Sterling ink planners, because all of the pens that I use, well, that's not true. These pens for goal setting from Erin Condren, the dual tip markers, bleed through the paper. These ones are also from Erin Condren, but these highlighters are more muted, and while there is shadowing, there really isn't bleed through, but with these ones there's definitely bleed through. With my Tri Plus fine liner pens, the Stettler pens that I love, there's bleed through on those. If I am using the Papermate Flare, there's very dark shadowing, and so all of the pens that I have always used for planning since I got back to paper planning back in 2011, I guess, 2011. I need to find different pens. My Micron is fine. That's totally fine. And these highlighters are fine. So my daily planning is great. But if I'm moving all of my notebooks into the B5 planner, which is what my thinking is at this moment, I want to be able to have some nice pretty pens, and I'm unsure what to use. And it's so crazy because this Tomoe River paper is specifically for fountain pens. But I think maybe because the fountain pens, the ink is kind of just doesn't immediately soak in, whereas when I'm writing with a gel pen or the Tri Plus, the Stettler pens, you're pressing down a little bit more. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know how to write with a fountain pen, so I can't use that. This is Wednesday, guys. Wish me luck, because I am just not feeling the monthly reset, and I need to get a bunch of stuff on the calendars, so we'll see how it goes. Happy Thursday, friends. Oh my goodness. It is about 7:15. I should have come in last night and done my plan for the day, but I didn't. I'm so tired. Emma is very sick. She is so congested and not feeling great, so that's a bummer. And I'm just taking the zinc and the oregano oil and hoping for the best, because next week we're pretty busy. Oh, I'm very tired. Okay. So yesterday was a good day. I got everything done that I needed to. I was hoping to do a little bit more editing last night, but I didn't get to it. I did a couple of videos though, and I did not film the pen test. I'm actually thinking that today I want to spend some time filming some top-down content, because I like to batch some of my content because it's a lot to put up 4 videos a week. And at this point in the month, I usually am a little bit ahead, but I'm not at all this month. It's not good, man. I have so much stuff to do and very little time to do it. And yeah, this morning I woke up and it's 34 degrees outside, which is crazy. I mean, just a couple of days ago we were in the ocean, and today 34 degrees. I mean, granted, we were in another state, but it was also warm up here. I jammed the tip of this marker into the cover. Sometimes the EC markers don't go in quite right and they get messed up on the end, and so now I have like this double line. But it is what it is. I should probably get a new marker, but these ones still work just fine, so I'm going to keep using them. Okay, so I have my dailies. I have more laundry to do. It's just never ending, honestly. I did already check in with Patreon this morning and main homeschool network, so that was good. And I edited most of my travel vlog from this past week, so I don't know when that will be up, but when it's up, you can see it if you'd like. I did actually get the FAFSA done yesterday, which was really good. I'm pleased to be done with that. I did kind of the bare bones for my monthly reset day, which was essentially just getting my calendar stuff in my personal planner and then the calendar, like the family calendar, done. I spent a good bit of time with Emma yesterday trying to figure out the colleges that she wants to visit this fall. There's a bunch of different colleges doing open houses, like on the same exact days. So we have to kind of figure out which ones are more important to see, and then doing some online tours of some colleges that are just not, we won't be able to travel to, but she's considering applying to. Yeah, it's just been, it's crazy. It is crazy. Today I do have my live stream, and I want to write that down right now because I almost always forget, and I actually wrote it in the wrong section. It goes until 3:30-ish. Okay, so today I do want to do some filming. I want to do my weekly plan with me for next week. And I know that I've been talking about this recently. If you're new, welcome. You may not know, but I've been trying to shift my Sunday planning to Friday. Obviously today is Thursday. I think that Friday might just be too hard for me to do my planning because we're often gone on Fridays. It's also our screen-free day. And I saw my friend Arlene talking about how she does homeschool planning on Thursdays. And I was like, well, maybe I could do that. I know that it does seem a little bit early for me. I am just so used to the Sunday planning. And I know it just sounds so dumb to me when I talk about how hard it is to plan a few days earlier, but I think that it is just because it is so ingrained in me and so automatic. My brain just doesn't function to do it earlier. So it's like I'm having to create a brand new habit, even though planning is not new for me and I do it every week anyways. Doing it at a completely different time of the week is really challenging, and just my thought process as to what I'm planning and how I'm planning is a little bit different because it's, if I do it on Thursday or Friday, it's 3 or 4 days ahead of schedule versus the night before the week starts. So we're going to see if we can manage it. I am unsure. I also want to do the Sterling ink pen test, which I'm really interested to see how that will go, because I mentioned this, I think, in my Sterling ink unboxing video. Most of the markers and pens that I use are EC markers. I've been using like the dual tip markers from Erin Condren since they came out with dual tip markers. I don't know when they actually came out. The primary pen is a Micron 03, which is fine. But all of my color coding is with those dual tip markers or the Staedtler Tri Plus fine liner pens. And these pens. These are what I started color coding with back in 2011, I think is when I went back to paper planning, or 2010. Gosh, when did I start? I used to do a home management binder and I was creating my own printables. It might have been even earlier than that. It might have been 2008, 2009. I would have to go look back. I think it was right after I had Emma that I started doing that again, maybe when she was a year, so 2009. But these are the pens that I first started using. I don't know if they're like a super great pen or not, but I really liked the colors and they were not too expensive on Amazon. And so this is what I've used for color coding on printer paper when I was making my own planner in my home management binder, as well as my EC planners. But when I did the pen test in the Sterling ink planner, I don't know, recently for this planner, there was an awful lot of shadowing for all of those pens and some bleed through. Not too bad, but definitely on the EC markers, there is bleed through, and the Staedtler pens, It's just, I'm not sure. I'm so used to the really thick paper from EC, and I really like color coding, but it makes it a little more challenging to do that in the Sterling ink planner because I don't like to see so much shadowing, and the brighter the colors, the more shadowing, the darker the shadowing, I guess. So I'm interested to see what this pen test is in the new planners, if the paper is a little bit better. I feel like when I first got a Sterling ink planner, I think in 2022 or 2023, I didn't have any issues. But this year, there have been more issues. So anyways, I want to do that as well, the Sterling ink pen test. And then I don't know how realistic this is, but I would like to start setting up my home planner from Passionate Penny Pincher. And if you have seen any of my videos, you will know that I don't actually use that planner for weekly planning, but I use everything else in the planner. And I do actually use a lot of the information from the weekly planning pages, the daily habits, the weekly cleaning tasks, the weekly home projects, all of that stuff I do actually use, but I don't write down my physical plans in that planner. So I take a lot of that information and then I rework it to work in my planners. So I want to kind of start going through that and take you guys with me as to how I use that planner. This is a chatty daily plan with me, guys. The first two clips I have are almost 20 minutes long, and this one is going to be the same, I think. When I am doing anything planner related or homeschool related or just anything in general with systems and rhythms and such, I always tweak them. I have to change things around to make it work for me specifically. And I always advise everybody to do that because while sometimes it's very easy to jump into a system, when it's a new system, it's challenging and you kind of need to put your own spin on it to work for your individual family. Nothing is going to work 100% for every single person that purchases that product, whether it's a planner, whether it's homeschool curriculum, whether it is a new system that you see somebody doing online. If you take a little bit of ownership of that particular thing, whether it's a system or a planner or curriculum or, really anything, when you take a little bit of ownership of that and give it your own spin, you're more likely to connect with that thing and then consistently use it or do it. You do not have to use everything 100% how it's written. This is something that I always say about homeschool curriculum, but I think that it also applies to planners because I love the Passionate Penny Pincher home planner, but the planning pages don't work for me. But all of those lists and everything else, it's so useful. And so taking that and kind of adjusting a few different things, like the days that some of the weekly cleaning tasks are, or what the weekly home projects are, that is so helpful, I think. So if you are thinking about starting a new system with home management or goal setting or anything, it's okay for you to tweak it to make it work better for you. So what else do I need to do today? I am going to make shepherd's pie for dinner, which means I need to make mashed potatoes this afternoon. Am I gonna have time to do that? I also want to go on my walk. I might have to make mashed potatoes this morning because I want to do my walk as well. Can I put this together early? Maybe I could do this morning. We'll see. All right, and I do want to read. I got a couple of books from the library the other day that I want to at least start reading, and I do need to finish The Lazy Genius Way. I think I was actually up at 4:30, but I'm going to put 5. I did my AM routine, and then I did video editing and work tasks. And now it is 8 o'clock. I need to do homeschool with Lucy. She is still asleep, and I already said that Emma is not feeling well. She also isn't feeling well, so we'll see. Maybe I could film in here. My lines are not at all straight. That's terrible. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to put for today. Guys, this week of daily plans is just a little bit off because I'm so tired. I'm not caught up from our trip. I know I keep saying this. I really should have given myself some more time to get back into the swing of things, but we really need to get some homeschool stuff done. It should be a good day today. I will check in a couple of seconds to let you know how everything went. Happy Friday, friends. It is 9:30. I totally forgot to come in to plan out my day. Emma is babysitting this morning, and so I was trying to make sure that she had everything she needed before she left, and completely forgot about this. So, but now as I'm starting to think about the day, I realize, oh yes, I do actually have to work on some stuff. So yesterday, I did not do any of my dailies. I did not do laundry, and I didn't make shepherd's pie for dinner. We still had leftover pasta bake that I made a couple of days ago, so the kids had that, and then some other random things. Lucy and Emma were sick and in bed the entire day yesterday. They got up, I think, around 4:30, and so it was too bad. And Emma is feeling a lot better today. I did not do as much with the cleaning stuff, just so that I could not be loud and let them rest, but I did do a lot of work stuff, which was good. I did do my walk, I did read, I didn't finish The Lazy Genius Way, but I made a lot of progress. I have a little bit left, and I was writing out some notes yesterday in my Common Planner, and I was rereading the Essentialize Lazy Genius Way. I think that's how she has the chapters set up. I had to return the physical book that I have, but I also have it on Audible, so I was just listening to it and taking notes during my live stream. So she said something which I think is actually from the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, which is one of my favorite books, and I reread that pretty frequently. I think it's incredibly motivational as you're trying to figure out what is most important. But she says true fulfillment is subtracting, not adding, and that is things, physical things, it's emotional things, it's activities, and you really need to name what matters. This is something that I talk about a lot, that a lot of great people talk about. It's one of the core principles from the Power Sheets Goal Planner, naming what matters, and doing that without the limits that you place on yourself. I think that that's kind of what I took away from it. So anyways, it was really interesting. It made me think a lot about next year and what I want my year to look like and how I want to plan my year. It's all stuff that I've thought about a lot before, and I've implemented new systems, and I always am trying to choose what's most important. But the way that it was written in this particular chapter in that book, it kind of was like a light bulb went off. So yeah, I'm really excited about some of the things that I have planned now. So, all right, what else did I do? I did a lot of editing yesterday. I did do filming. I did do the Sterling Ink pen test as well in my new B5 Common Planner, and it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised with the paper, because this year there have been some issues with this Tomoe River paper, I don't know how you say it, but I compared the 2026 Common Planner with the 2025-2026 academic year that I've been using this year, and I tested all the same pens, and there's way less shadowing and bleed through than there was in the previous planner. So I'm really happy with that. I did not do my homeschool plan with me. I need to do that today. I also did not start on the home planner, but I worked a lot on editing and just some other random things. So Emma is babysitting right now. Lucy went with her to play with the kids. I have my dailies that I need to do. So floors, vacuum, surfaces, an office desk. Today is the day that I'm supposed to be washing sheets and washing the floor and cleaning the bathrooms. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that stuff today, because what I really want to focus on is the basement projects that I have on my tending list for October. And then I potentially could sort the art supplies and toys. I mean, the toys are already sorted. It's just, do we keep them in the basement? Do we get rid of them, or do we move them into the garage? So that's something that I actually need to talk to the kids about, because all of the toys that we have are things that they have wanted to keep. I also want to do my homeschool planning for next week. This week, I did not do any homeschool planning. We just kind of were trying to get through some basic stuff, but then with the girls being sick too, it kind of set us back a little bit, and It's not ideal because even though I probably said this, I don't know if I've already said this. This is a very chatty week of daily plans. Even though there really is no such thing as behind in homeschooling, there is behind in the fact that I have certain places that I need to be before we break for winter break, which is our long winter break between Thanksgiving and New Year's. And I know that we're not on pace to make it at this point. And so we've just had so many things going on this fall and so many things pop up that I'm getting behind, and I don't like that feeling. So I have to really sit down and figure out what I'm going to be working on over the next, 6-7 weeks before our winter break. And it's kind of crazy to think about that we're really like just 7 weeks away from being off for Christmas. Now, and when I say that, I always say that, but then I feel like I need to have a disclaimer or a caveat that just says during the month of December, we don't necessarily do quote unquote mom school, but the kids work on their passion projects. However, I feel like Lucy may be doing some math within that time period as well. Jack is on track with everything, and Lucy's on track with everything but math. So we will see. It's possible that she could just make a lot of progress. It's just taking a little bit longer with the order of operations because that's the first time that we're ever encountering that. And so I'm just taking extra time to help her move through it and understand the different parts. Guys, I was up at 5:30 and I feel like I slept really well last night. I think I went to bed around 10:30 and slept until 5:30, so I feel really good about that. I did not wake up. None of the kids woke up. My husband didn't wake me up. That is a win in my book. And I got up and it was freezing cold and I turned on the pellet stove. So AM routine. And then I was writing this morning. I think I mentioned this yesterday that I'm doing a 31 Days of Slow Living series over in my membership community on Patreon. And each day I'm doing a little, essay, I guess, and a challenge, like a small challenge to help you slow down as we're moving into the fall and as we approach the holiday season, and just really considering our time and, like I said earlier, what's most important. That was really fun. So I worked on that until 8, and then I did breakfast for everybody and get ready, and then I made myself breakfast, and now it's 9:40. So what am I gonna do? Do I want to do my dailies first? I think I'm going to do home management here. I have a few things that I need to clean up upstairs, and so that probably won't take me the whole hour, but I'm going to give myself that. And then I'm going to work on basement, clean out. We'll see how this goes. Emma should be home around 12:30 or 1 with Lucy. I do want to make the shepherd's pie for dinner tonight because I have the stuff in the fridge ready to go. I just haven't made it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do my basement clean out vlog. I also want to do homeschool plan with me, film that. It would be good to do some editing. I have a bunch of videos that need to be edited. I feel like I'm doing pretty well this week, even though it's been kind of chaotic and I haven't felt well and the girls have been sick. So my to-do list is a little bit longer than what I actually have time to do, but it's possible that once I get going, I'll just move through the home management stuff and the basement clean out really quickly and then have the whole afternoon. That would be ideal. If I could finish everything by 1 and then have the rest of the afternoon for other things, which is probably work stuff, that would probably be good, but we will see. All right, so here is Friday. Let me do my time blocking, and obviously you will notice that I am only planning until about 1:30, and that is primarily because I don't know how long things are going to take, and I actually already checked in with Patreon, Homeschool Network. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Okay guys, it is Friday afternoon. It is almost 4 o'clock. And I did quite a lot today. I did not do my office desk. I did work on the basement clean out. I did not do the art supplies. I did homeschool planning. I haven't made shepherd's pie. I haven't done my walk yet. I did read. I did some commonplacing. Did this. Basement clean out vlog was a lofty title. I sorted all of the stuff that was on the bar area down there, which was a lot of Legos and a ton of science resources, mainly high school science, and then a couple of random like elementary science books, which I don't know what to do with. And honestly, I moved everything off and sorted it and put it on the ping pong table, so it's not even like put away because I don't have any place to put it. I don't have any more bins that I can put books in, and we don't have new shelves in the basement yet to put the books on the shelves. So I really do have to figure that out. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure when that's going to happen. I just finished my homeschool plan with me for next week, and I did some editing. So I feel really good about today. We'll see how the weekend goes. I did my weekly plan for next week yesterday afternoon, and so I'm kind of unsure about how that's going to work. Like I said, I think I said this earlier, I have a lot of projects that I tend to work on the weekends, depending on how much we're home. I'm able to cram a lot of stuff in because I'm not thinking about homeschooling or work at all. I can just think about like home and goal stuff. Ideally, I would be able to get some things done, but we also have a bunch of stuff to do this weekend. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. It has been a good week. It's been kind of a crazy week. I've gone through and caught up on all of the grading that I needed to do, which I didn't even write down, but you know what? I'm going to write it down because I feel like that is something that I should write down. Overall, it was a good day. It was pretty productive, and that makes me happy. I do need to do my walk now, and I'm so tired and don't want to. But my goal for the last 100 days of the year is to walk every day. And so I need to do that. Maybe I will just do a short walk instead of a long walk. I just need to do it. I don't want to, but I need to. This is one of the reasons that walking earlier in the day would be good, because I won't get to the end of the day and say, oh, it's 4 o'clock. I don't want to go out and walk now. But I know that I will feel better if I just get it done. So that is the next step. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little peek into my week of daily plans. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're looking for more help and encouragement around home and homeschool and goals, please come check out my membership community. I would love to have you over there. We have a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying that 31 Days of Slow Living series. So if you're interested in that or just checking it out, please come on over. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.